This is 7 National News, and in our top story, the UAE Vice President, Prime Minister and ruler of Dubai, His Highness Sheikh Mohammed bin Rashid Al Maktoum, has called upon the public and his followers on social media to nominate 43 top achievers in the UAE in various fields so that they can be honoured during the UAE's 43rd National Day celebrations. The ruler of Dubai was quoted as saying that we Emiratis like the first position and appreciate those who work for it. We want the community to nominate people such as the #1 Emirati doctor, female ambassador, first Emirati to climb Mount Everest, or those from other academic, sporting, social and professional fields, so as to honour and show our appreciation to them during the UAE's 43rd National Day celebrations. He added that first position holders are role models, and honouring them embodies the UAE's citizens' love for the top position. The public can place their nominations through the hashtag Awail Al Emirat, or Emiratis First Position Holders. His Highness Sheikh Mohammed added that the public can nominate people in any field, such as the first UAE coach, pilot, or other names of top-ranking personalities in all fields. The UAE is implementing a number of development projects worth over $10 billion in 18 governorates in Egypt. The director of the Coordination Office of the UAE-funded development projects in Egypt, Rashid Al-Daheri, made the announcement, revealing that the projects cover key sectors including energy, housing, urban development and food security, along with health, public transport and education. He added that these projects are to generate 600,000 jobs and also serve 10 million people. Elaborating on some of the most important projects, he said that 100 schools and 78 clinics would be established. More than 100,000 Egyptians would be trained to join the job market, and 25 silos would be built. A new line for the production of vaccines and serums would also be commissioned, and 50,000 housing units will be delivered next year. The UAE, he added, is also funding sewerage projects in 51 villages, providing 600 public transport buses, and helping in the construction of 4 bridges. The UK is set to introduce a 24-hour super priority visa service into the UAE, which will turn around applications within 24 hours at an additional cost of £600 Great British pounds. The service will include visit visa applications and certain work and study applications submitted at UK visa centres in a number of international cities, including, of course, Abu Dhabi and Dubai. Applications submitted at the centre in the capital or Dubai by GCC nationals will be processed within 24 hours at the extra cost. The UK ambassador to the UAE, Philip Parham, was quoted as saying that I am delighted that we will introduce a 24-hour visa service for applicants in the UAE by April next year. He added that already this year we have introduced the electronic visa waiver for Emiratis, and over 40,000 have been completed by Emirati nationals since the start of the year. These improvements will help to ensure that the UK remains a top business and leisure destination. Almost 37 million people have diabetes in the MENA region at present. That's the equivalent to 1 in 10, and half of them are unaware that they have the disease. That's according to the latest figures by the International Diabetes Federation. Unless something is done about it, this figure is estimated to rise to 68 million by 2035. This year, diabetes will claim 363,000 deaths, 53% of whom will be people under the age of 60. This can have detrimental effects to family, society and the economy. These are just some of the alarming figures released recently by the IDF at a recent exclusive media briefing held in line with World Diabetes Day, which is observed annually on the 14th of November, which is, of course, today. At present, the region is among the top 20 countries with the highest prevalence of the disease. Experts continue to raise more awareness and education to fight diabetes. as well as help those manage their condition properly and improve their quality of life. The IDF's regional chair for the MENA region, Professor El Sayed, says that the diabetes pandemic is a threat that requires policy action, investment and collaboration. Despite the ongoing efforts to combat the disease, the UAE is among the top 5.
The United Arab Emirates, being one of the Gulf states, it has a big problem with diabetes. And in spite of all the efforts which are currently done in the United Arab Emirates, still the problem of diabetes is forming a big problem to them. For example, the projections, the prediction of the number of diabetic population in the United Arab Emirates is expected to be tripled during the coming 2 decades, which something very unique actually. So they are doing a good job regarding trying to control diabetes, and they have very good thought out plans for that, and they spend a lot of money regarding that. But in spite of that, it looks that the lifestyle of the people still needs more work to be changed. We have a number of the richest countries all over the world here in the Gulf states, and in spite of that, the expenditure on diabetes is still much behind other countries which are less affluent than the Gulf states. For example, if we compare the expenditure in Cyprus, for example, it's higher than the expenditure by the United Arab Emirates, and Qatar, which is, not very good. That situation has to be changed.
Type 2 diabetes is also on the rise, even in children. While investment is crucial to combating the disease, experts say a simple change in lifestyle and diet is even more critical. For 90 years, Novo Nordisk has been engaged in providing treatment and researching a cure for diabetes. Last year, the company invested 14% of its revenue in research and development.
We know that we are only a small component in this, but we do believe that if we can make good treatment available, we can ensure that the patients have the best possibilities for the best treatment. We can prevent all these complications that we know comes from poor treatment of diabetes, which is a very tragic thing because it's related to your kidneys, it's related to your eyesight, it's related to amputations and those kind of things, which also earlier today was explained as being a tragedy for the person and also for the family. Our key aim is to make treatment available for as many people as possible. Our target for the whole company is to have 40 million patients on our treatments when we reach 2020. And that goes for the whole range. Very cheap, very efficient insulin in vials, and to the high end, the new novel insulins that we have, third generation insulins in very sophisticated injection and easy to use injection devices.
The Dubai Electricity and Water Authority has completed 184 kilometres, or 44% of a 418-kilometre water network extension project across different parts of Dubai. The project is a part of DEWA's strategy to increase the efficiency and reliability of its water networks and to keep pace with the growing demand and increase in water flow across Dubai. Saeed Mohammed Al Taya, the MD and CEO of DEWA, was quoted as saying that the main objective of the project is to improve water transmission networks in new areas and upgrade the existing network to reduce water losses. This is done by renovating the network, replacing old connections to houses, increasing operational efficiency, strengthening the water supply network, and increasing water flow capacity to meet sharp demand for water and contribute to the sustainable development of Dubai. Future leaders of tomorrow gathered at the University of Wollongong this morning to take part in a UN-style debate as a part of an effort to inspire international climate change action. The debates also saw the attendance of His Highness Sheikh Abdulaziz bin Ali Al Nuaimi, also known as the Green Sheikh. More than 100 young people from Dubai took part in this simulation, where they represented different countries to discuss policies and initiatives, which will then be negotiated at the United Nations Climate Change Convention to be held in Peru in December. The simulations are a part of the COP in MyCity 2014 initiative, which is an awareness-building youth-led project held in different cities around the world. It aims at building a community of young people to address the issue of climate change. Organised by the founder of Synergy Youth Group, who also played the role as the UAE ambassador, he highlighted the importance of encouraging the youth to take action. She added that creating a multicultural community of young agents should be useful in finding long-term solutions to the issue of climate change.
50% of the world is filled with youth. So it's important that we create this interconnection between every different nationality and every different culture of youth to make them realize the significance of the climate change negotiations that are happening and to make them an active part of the society as we go on. It's important that students realize that their engagement is a valuable asset to the society today. With a fresh mind like a youth or even a child's, there are so many more problems that could be solved. It's a simple mind and a simple solution, but most effective as compared to the complex ones that are being produced by scientists or even heads of state.
The whole thing has been immensely impressive. To see a bunch of students with such energy, such creativity putting together an event on such an important issue really gives me a tremendous sense about students in the UAE, their dedication, their energy, the intelligence that they're willing to bring to bear on the big problems that we're facing in the world. And that really is a tremendous thing for the UAE's future and indeed for the world.
And finally, looking to other news now, Dubai will once again be home to some international Test cricket action, as New Zealand and Pakistan are all set to play the second game of the series in just a couple of days' time. In a lead-up to the second Test between Pakistan and New Zealand, which begins on Monday, the All Blacks took part in a training session today as they plan to stage a comeback in the Test series. Pakistan continued their fine form following the 2-0 whitewash win over Australia in the UAE, as they outclassed the Kiwis with a 248-run win during the first Test over in Abu Dhabi. The Black Caps are in the country to play Pakistan in the 3-match Test series, followed by 2 T20 internationals in Dubai and a 5-match ODI series, which concludes on the 19th of December. The Kiwis will be looking for an improved overall performance, as both their captain and coach stated that it was a disappointing start to their tour in the UAE. New Zealand's 22-year-old opener Tom Latham had a memorable start to the tour with his maiden Test 100 in the first Test in Abu Dhabi, and will be hoping for a repeat here in Dubai to lift the hopes of a stronger response. Speaking at a press conference today, Tom said that the Kiwis are looking to bat first in the second Test and put a big score as they plan to level the series.
Yeah, they obviously have a lot of variations. I think the makeup of their side with a left arm angle and a leg spinner, it's it does challenge us. But I don't think they're unplayable. I think we showed on the morning of the fifth day where Trent and Ish dug in, and they played really well. So I think if we can get ourselves in those situations and keep them out there for longer, then hopefully we can put a big total on the board. Yeah, spirits are still high. We're a team that gets on really well. So I think that's pretty important, especially when you are 1-0 down in the series. So confidence still up. I know the boys are keen to get back out there and turn it around.